You have been told a million times that you need to be liked to be successful at work, but your coworkers don't seem to like you no matter how hard you try. Does it matter? Today, I'm going to share the shocking truth with you. But first, we need to ask ourselves a very important question. Do they really not like you? Just because you might feel like coworkers don't like you does not mean that they don't like you. This is something that I've seen out in the world and with my clients. And there's a few reasons why you might feel like they don't like you when in fact your coworkers actually do like you. First of all, is it possible that you're projecting? That you don't like your coworkers, so you feel like they don't like you. But really it's your own vibe that you're picking up. Or on the other hand, is there real tensions? Is there maybe something that happened? Was there conflict with a coworker? Or maybe if you're being honest with yourself, did you do something or say something to your coworker that made them not like you? Another reason I actually see frequently is that in fact your coworkers have no issue with you. It's not that your coworkers don't like you, it's that you're feeling insecure or like you don't fit in. Maybe you feel like you don't have anything to add because everyone else is so much smarter or something like that. And really in that case, we need to work on your confidence. And this is where I really think your unique awesomeness quotient, your UAQ, really comes into play. And it's one of the reasons why it's so important. The other thing that can come into play here as well is just getting to know kind of the norms of the workplace that you're in. Especially if you're new, workplace culture is going to vary from company to company and even office to office. So it could be that the people at your company just have a different disposition and maybe are a little bit less friendly or have maybe firmer work-life boundaries than what you've become accustomed to. That said, I do feel like in general, the vibes that we're picking up for a reason, and that reason might be that your coworkers don't like you. And one of the things that we need to take into consideration to figure out if this matters is what impact is it actually having? And there can be a big range here. Most typically, what you're going to see if you have to work with a coworker who doesn't like you or a group of coworkers that you just don't get along with so well is that it's going to create some minor annoyances. Like maybe they aren't turning to you and asking for your opinions in meetings, or they accidentally leave you off of a team email distribution. But in these cases, while they're annoying, they're not actually having any impact to the work that's being done. Is it creating the best, most positive work environment? No, it's probably not. But in the scheme of things, it's really not a big deal. And who needs to be on those emails anyways? On the other hand, at the extreme, if you have coworkers who don't like you, this could be showing up as bullying, as harassment. It could be discrimination. And obviously, when those extreme toxic workplace behaviors are present, this is going to matter a lot more than if it is a small and minor nuisance that you have to deal with every so often and you can just selectively not care about. And from there, we need to consider what the actual impact is at work and in your career based on how that dislike is showing up at work. As I mentioned, this is generally going to be experienced as small nuisances that you have to deal with, your typical workplace BS. That said, there is a big difference between coworkers not being your friends and a coworker who dislikes you being unable to work with you. If a coworker dislikes you and they're lashing out, making snippy comments, a lot of the BS that I talked about in the 5 Villains at Work video, which you definitely need to check out if you haven't already, I'll link it down below. If you're working with a coworker or coworkers who don't like you, this can have impacts to team morale, the quality of work that's being done if they're leaving you out of meetings or out of communications. And it can even create a toxic work environment within your team or even within your company, which is not good. That said, I think that most people know that how they act is noticed by the people around them and especially by leadership. So I think even if you're dealing with coworkers who don't like you, they're still going to work with you and find ways to be productive because otherwise it's going to make them look really bad. Which brings us to answering the question, does it matter? And here is going to be my probably unpopular opinion, and it's probably going to earn me a lot of thumbs downs. It does not matter if your coworkers like you. There is a golden rule that I want you to keep in mind. If you need to write it down, write it down. In fact, this is so important. I'm going to put a post up over on my Instagram account so that you can screenshot or save the post just so you have a nice visual reminder. The only opinions that matter at work are the opinions of the people that make or influence the decisions surrounding your promotions, your pay increases, and your performance reviews. So let's dig into it here. Are your coworkers writing your performance reviews? Now, if you're in a 360 performance review model, they might actually have an opinion in there, but generally still you're asking people to be reviewers. Your coworkers are definitely not the ones making promotion decisions about you. In fact, these coworkers who dislike you might dislike you because they're threatened because they know you're going to get the promotion that they want. Maybe you're a top performer and you're making them look bad and that's why they don't like you. And you can't dim your light to make them happy. It wouldn't be fair to you, it wouldn't be fair to the company, and quite honestly, it wouldn't be fair to them. Another consideration that goes into coworkers' opinions not really mattering is what impact do they have in your career? Now, unless one of those coworkers who doesn't like you is promoted over you, which I know from the comments and the conversations that we've had, this has happened to a few of you, but unless that happens, they're again not going to be in the seat making those decisions. The point is, it doesn't matter if your coworkers like you. It doesn't even matter if your coworkers hate you. As long as you are able to productively work together, their opinion of you doesn't make a difference. Now that's sad. In general, making people like you is actually really easy, like absurdly easy. And while coworkers liking you is not a requirement for career success, it absolutely makes life a lot easier and a lot happier when you do get along with your coworkers. And when they like you, and they say good things about you and give you praise. And as I mentioned, likability is really important with anyone who is going to make decisions or have influence over decisions regarding your pay, your promotions, or your performance reviews at work. So in my next video, I'm gonna give you 5 tips that take less than 5 minutes to implement to make you more likable at work. So if you want to check that out, make sure you're subscribed, tap the notification bell so you know as soon as it comes out. But there's one more thing that I think is really important for us to talk about, because while your coworkers don't have to like you in order for you to work together, there is a certain type of relationship that you need to have with your coworkers, and that is a productive and positive working relationship. You don't have to like each other to be able to work together and to have a positive, functioning, working relationship. Now, this is something that is so important. I actually made an entire video about it. So if you're in the boat where you have a coworker who doesn't like you, but you want to make sure that you have a good working relationship with them, go and check out this video right now, and I'm going to break down exactly how you can establish that relationship. But before you go, if this video helped you, tap that like button. It really helps my channel and it makes you my favorite career bestie. So really, it's a win-win situation. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, my friend. Bye for now.